Do you all think Donald Trump is fuming in his office right now, thinking about how he can insult Taylor Swift on Truth Social, all because she ruined his day? Because what is happening in DC right now, he, one, organized it so then he could be like the savior and all of the attention be on him. He was a little bit successful about that since you can't log on to this app. I absolutely love that Taylor Swift is probably ruining Donald Trump's week, and she didn't even mean to. The universe just let it lay out.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my Substack.
Yes, I don't know if this is an AI video or what exactly, but it is real. When you take a look at this, former FBI director and Swiftie James Comey released a 5-minute video talking about how Taylor Swift inspired him and how she helps him deal with Trump. At my second Taylor Swift concert, in fact, let me not read out what the guy said on this video. I'm going to play that video so you can see exactly what is going on. It is crazy. Like, seeing a grown-up man like this putting out this kind of videos. When I saw this video, I was thinking maybe it's an AI generated video, but at the end of the day, it is real. What? Then when you look around on social media, you realize Swifties are ranting about Trump. Oh, Trump is angry. Trump is the president of the United States. For crying out loud. So I don't understand why they will get up putting out videos. Oh, Trump is crying because Taylor Swift is taking away attention from him. This, that. For long, we have seen how Trump always put out just a single tweet and everywhere will blow up about Taylor Swift. During the campaign, we saw what he did.
You guys, there's so much content to consume, but Taylor is addressing how she handles seeing stuff on social media.
Changes things for me because
dishonesty and truth.
you know,
Find the humor in it. Find the humor in it.
if he's seeing things and he thinks it's funny and it doesn't even affect his day at all, like that's really completely bled into the way that I metabolize these things. It's at a point where like something can be about me, like my name can be in the actual headline and it can still be none of my business.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my Substack. Last week's cold turns out to have been quite a flashback. And Donald Trump is still president and still humiliating America on a national stage, standing next to Vladimir. Like a dream, a bad dream you can't wake up from. But I don't want to talk about that bad dream this week. I want to talk about a truly inspirational public figure named Taylor Swift. Of course, I watched her podcast interview with the Kelsey brothers. Of course, I watched the whole thing, although on YouTube, Patrice and I got kicked off for the last 15 minutes and finished it on her phone. But I watched it. You see, Taylor Swift and I go way back. I went to my first concert of hers 15 years ago. I've been to a second, and I have...
Yes, someone replied to this video. Before we proceed, watching the video, my body is always shaking to reply this man. One person wrote, absolutely bizarre for a grown man to make a 5-minute video talking about how much he adores and fangirls over Taylor Swift. Absolutely effing creepy and weird. Just imagine someone like this putting out this kind of videos. Like Taylor Swift is the person that helped him to fight against Trump. Oh,
I suspect that's something that millions of Americans have also experienced in their families. I think that's because Taylor Swift produces great art, but also because she models something. At every stage of her career, she's shown a certain way of being that resonated with my kids and also felt right to me as a parent. And she's still doing that as a grown-up. Like a lot of you, I struggle with how to stand up to bullies without letting their meanness infect me and change me. You may have seen that the governor of California has been generating a lot of attention lately by posting on social media in a satirical way where he mocks Donald Trump and his all-caps megalomania and his absurdity. And I find it very funny, hilarious even sometimes. But I gotta be honest, it also leaves me with a strange feeling at times because I don't want us to become like Trump and his followers. There are far more decent, honest, kind people in America than there are mean jerks. And don't get me wrong, we have our jerks, millions of them, you may have noticed. In particular, there's a stunning coarseness and ugliness in the Republican Party today. It's upsetting, but it's also a minority of America. On the whole, we aren't like that, and we don't like that. I think that's a big part of the reason so few Americans support Donald Trump when they have to see him and that up close, and why Republicans are so worried about what's coming for them next year. And to be clear, I am not an advocate for weakness. Of course we need to stand up to jerks and defend what matters. But I think we have to try to do that without becoming like them, which is what makes me think about Taylor Swift. She's made clear that she sees Donald Trump for what he is. And last year she urged Americans not to make the serious mistake of electing him. Of course, we're now living with the consequences of that mistake, but while our elderly makeup-covered president is posting about whether Taylor Swift is still hot and declaring that he can't stand her, what's she doing? Living her best life, producing great music and, as she urged all of us to do during the podcast, not giving the jerks power over her mind. She said something about dealing with internet trolls that stuck with me. Think of your energy as if it's expensive, she said. As if it's like a luxury item. Not everyone can afford it. I really enjoy reading Arthur Brooks, who writes columns about happiness in The Atlantic. I don't know if he's a Swiftie, but last week he wrote about research on the way that being rude or snarky actually hurts the rude person. As he wrote, when you become less polite, the alteration in your conduct can make you less happy, more depressed, and angrier about life. I know you get that even without the research. Just watch Fox News or hang around on X and you'll see what he means. We can't stop people from being jerks. What we can do is stop it from hurting us, from changing us. At my second Taylor Swift concert in Hartford, Connecticut, 14 years ago this summer, she sang a song about this topic, asking, why you gotta be so mean? And she spoke directly to the nasty people. I bet you got pushed around. Somebody made you cold. But the cycle ends right now because you can't lead me down that road. You'll be glad I didn't sing that. That's right. Because down that road is unhappiness. Nobody should have that power over us. Thank you, Taylor Swift. Keep the faith.
Yes, I actually expected something more, not this, from this man. I went through the comment section to see what people are actually talking about. I realized majority of the comments were embarrassed. I understand. I don't care. If you're a fan of Taylor Swift, yeah, no problem. If you notice, mostly young people, that are following her, no problem with that. Looking at what he's putting out here, like all his life depends on Taylor Swift advice. That is what he's telling me. Oh, Taylor Swift said, oh, don't vote for Trump. We are living today based on that consequences of the decision we took to put Trump in power. Linking everything to Taylor Swift. I find it really crazy. If you have a political opinion on something, as an elderly person like this, you should be able to pass it what you think, not telling me about Taylor Swift. If he was a content creator, I would understand maybe struggling to drive in traffic in the side, things like that. But he is not going around calling out Gavin Newsom how he's struggling to copy Trump in the name of mock. To me, I look at that to be childish. Yeah, what Gavin Newsom has been doing throughout, I don't even care about it. I don't even know why people are even talking because to me it's childish. Oh, making America great again. Gavin Newsom is also using this slogan in the name of mocking Trump. For long now, Democrats are looking for somebody that will be like Trump, like behave, talk like Trump, they can't get it. So struggling to do this in a form just to get attention on social media, Americans can't fall for that. Yeah, they know who Gavin Newsom is. You cannot fear among them, in anything again. They understand the politics. Please share the video. As of the short clips you see at the end of this, that is for the YT algorithm. They hardly recommend videos on this channel. So we struggle every single day, to just
part of the reason that I've been hesitant to make certain comments on this case.
Where this kid responded to,
and the rest of us, we see right through it. It's pathetic. You have lost all credibility.
For those black people.
To watch that video, she joins us now in studio to walk us through.
Right at 9:55, that's when there's this.
She's even said all of those things.
Said something racist. No one's alleging that.
People line up for my advice, and you're walking away like I'm stupid. It's like,
why don't we choose more carefully who we're going to lionize?
Why marriage, infertility, trying to have kids makes things difficult. It's like
she's seriously depressed about how hard it is to live in the White House.
Post this morning alleging that since I said I will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial.
Require Carmelo to run. He had
100.
Has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. All good.
If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you...
Because she's fearful of what might happen to her.
Followers for anything. And then
Registration Act is
talking about
term, and you will be very...
Once again, the field was littered with Wintour does.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black.
How bad is his reputation going to be?